So I paid $300 a month to work at an office, even though I have a remote job. So why'd I do it?
Just look at this view.
In short, I think it increases my productivity enough that it's completely worth it for me. So when you think of WeWork, what do you think? Do you think they're a crazy founder that basically scammed their own company out of billions of dollars? Or do you think of the beer on tap? Or what about all those videos on YouTube showing how WeWork was going to crumble at any second because of their business model? Well, I'm here to tell you that none of that really matters. If you have a remote job and you can't stand working from home, this might be one of the best options for you. So remote work. For some people, it was like a dream come true. But for me, it was really anything but that. My room at home barely had any light coming in. And it was really hard for me to get into any state of flow in my own room because I'm just the kind of person that needs a separation of their work and home space. I tried coffee shops for a few months, but even those had their issues after working in and out of them for about 3 months. So I was actually watching some vlogs by some of my favorite YouTubers and I saw them all working out of WeWork. And then I thought, wait, this could solve all my problems. So if you're like me, you're the kind of person that goes to an Amazon review and immediately clicks sort by lowest to highest, just so you can get the most raw, real opinions first. So let's get straight to it, and I'll tell you the 2 worst things about working at WeWork. Number 1, it is so expensive. As the title already says, $300 is a lot of money to be paying for a space that you're just here to work in. And once you're in here, in terms of amenity, there really isn't that much. You get a fridge, a microwave, some drinks, free coffee, good Wi-Fi, and that's really about it. Really, the main reason I wanted to make this video is the parking. I cannot emphasize how bad the parking is. Let me just set the stage real quick. When I was at the WeWork in San Diego, there was limited free street parking that was always taken. And if you didn't park there, you only had 2 choices. You could park at the grocery store about half a mile away and walk, or you could park in the parking structure. And the parking structure was like $8 an hour with a daily maximum of $36. Think of all the things you could be doing with $36 a day. If you decided to pay for parking every day, it would end up being literally 3 times as much as the upfront cost of the WeWork itself. There's some places that offer monthly parking packages, but like, come on, this was already really expensive. But if you live somewhere like New York City, then this whole problem goes away completely. All right, those are the only bad things. Let's get to the good things now. Okay, so there's 3 reasons why the space is worth it for me. Number 1 is the most obvious thing. It's just the office itself and how it looks and the location. I mean, just look at these offices. These are the best possible places you can work in most major cities across America. And usually it's like breathtaking when you work here. The spaces are just really well designed. There's also just a ton of huge windows scattered everywhere. It's all just a lot of natural and really nice light. And even with all this, one thing I've always thought is no matter how nice the office is, you'll probably get used to it after working there day in and day out. But what you'll never get used to is the view. The view is amazing, and WeWork's always impressed with that aspect. These spaces are always on the top floor of fancy buildings, so wherever you go, you'll always be impressed with the view. Number 2, if you're someone like me, you hate staying in one place for way too long. When I was in college, I would switch the place I would study at all the time. Some days I go to the library, some days I go to a coffee shop. You get the point. Like, I moved around a lot. I just never liked working in one place for too long. And for me, when I get comfortable, I kind of just get less and less productive. So that's one of the main benefits, that once you paid this fee, you can go to almost any of them. And they're all over the place if you live in major cities. I mean, just look at Orange County where I live. Like, look how many locations there are. Look at New York City. Like, look at this map. There's so many locations. If you live there, you're never getting bored. You book it through the app and it all auto connects to your key card. So you can easily scan into any of these locations without any hassle, really. And then you're pretty much all set. You're able to work anywhere. The third and most important thing, being at a co-working space actually allows you to do a lot of things that you didn't think you wouldn't be able to at a coffee shop. So here's some examples. So for a while, I worked at a coffee shop thinking it would be the same experience, but then you realize, wait, there's no fridge or microwave for me to store anything. You can't really leave the coffee shop and come back because you're kind of expected to buy something before you can sit there all day. And the Wi-Fi can be pretty spotty at coffee shops, depending on the day and how many people are there. The bathroom spaces are limited, you get it. There's just a lot of things that you don't think about. But one of the biggest things for me is the worry of your equipment. I have a laptop that I'm issued for work, and I have my own laptop that I do my own side projects on. But if you walk into a coffee shop and pull out 2 laptops, you're immediately gonna get some weird stares. And with all the stories of people getting their stuff stolen from coffee shops, it's just not the best feeling. At a WeWork, this problem almost completely goes away. People have all kinds of crazy setups. I've even seen someone bring their iMac into the office to work at one of the communal desks. I hope you can make an informed decision. Now I'm gonna go to McDonald's because I spent all my money on parking.